What's your name, by the way?
Gummigoo.
Wow, that's just about as dumb as my name.
The Amazing Digital Circus has a handful of intriguing characters for fans to fall in love with. Gummigoo has soared in popularity since his debut in Candy Carrier Chaos. From the moment he appears, it's obvious that he's there to subvert expectations and give a unique spin to the narrative. While he may have been one of the bandits who stole the maple syrup from Princess Loo, he only committed the crime to save his village and his mother along with it. Gummigoo is what many would call a sympathetic villain, unlike other NPCs such as the Gloink Queen and the Fudge, who harmed others for their benefit. It's no surprise that Gummigoo is loved by fans and Pomni despite his untimely demise at the end of the episode. In today's video, we'll discuss why Gummigoo should return in the future.
So this is the circus, huh? I could get used to this.
Oh, looks like one of these guys made it through.
Number 1. Ragatha mentions NPCs being reused by Cain. After Cain makes Gummigoo disappear, Pomni is distraught and Ragatha takes it upon herself to make the other woman feel better. Although they can't reverse Cain's actions or retrieve Gummigoo from the Candy Kingdom, Ragatha claims he often reuses old NPCs in his adventures. However, Cain's willingness to reuse old models in his adventures may not be because of loneliness. When the group returns from their latest adventures, he mentions how much they love the NPCs. Reusing characters like Gummigoo could be a tool to keep humans happy. Unfortunately, it's possible that he may not be the same Gummigoo we all know and love if he appears in a future adventure. If Gummigoo did appear in the future, Pomni could use her new knowledge of the circus to save him for a second time. However, if Cain discovered her plans, he may find a more permanent way to keep NPCs out of the circus. Since he admits to having trouble discerning between the real humans and the NPCs he creates, it makes sense for him to deny Gummigoo's entrance into the circus. But just as we have seen already, Pomni isn't the type of person to let things go when she sets her mind to something. Her determination may be what saves her new friend in the end. If a new version of Gummigoo successfully joined the circus, through a loophole or secrecy, Pomni may need to help him regain his memories without Cain finding out. She would also have to get everyone else to keep her secret, likely finding allies in the more agreeable and trustworthy circus members like Ragatha and Gangle. Whereas Kinger may struggle to keep a secret, Jax may keep Gummigoo safe to use his existence as blackmail against Pomni later, leading to an interesting plot thread for the series to explore.
You know, he might be back in a future adventure. I know Cain sometimes likes to reuse NPCs.
Number 2. Gummigoo knows what he is. When Gummigoo falls through the map to the land beneath, he realizes the truth about what he and his friends are. With Pomni confirming his worst nightmare, Gummigoo feels at a loss, with no real memories that aren't generated by a computer and no reason to try to escape. The realization that he was only made as an obstacle in Cain's adventure leaves him expressing genuine hopelessness, something Pomni relates to given her circumstances. While Gummigoo struggles to accept that he's nothing more than something designed by an algorithm, Pomni convinces him that no one should feel like they're nothing and that his circumstances could be different if he goes back to the circus with her. Knowing that nothing in his previous life was real, Gummigoo has little reason to say no and helps Pomni escape from beneath the map. Unfortunately, when the pair arrives at the circus, Cain doesn't waste time in snapping Gummigoo from existence. If he was returned to the place beneath the map where we witnessed his character model being stored, then it's likely his memory was wiped in the process. However, it's probably uncommon for NPCs to discuss the truth about their origins, and Gummigoo's knowledge could be stronger than Cain's control. If Pomni meets a Gummigoo who remembers their past encounter, he could become a big threat to Cain. He wouldn't need to be mistaken as a human to cause damage to the circus. After all, he would know how low the stakes are when taking big risks because he has no real friends or family to endanger. Gummigoo could also reveal the truth to other NPCs along the way, and if all of them figure out what Cain has done to them, they may be able to overpower the person they believe to be their god the entire time.
Because we're not, NPCs?
NPCs, what are you on about?
Number 3. He could help them escape. From the moment Pomni steps foot inside the digital circus, she tries every way she can to find an escape. We see her enter an exit door when running away from Kaufmo and witness as she loses her false sense of hope while lost within the subsequent maze. When it seems like she could find her way out through the void, Cain comes to retrieve her, returning her to the beginning and cementing the idea that there truly is no escape from the digital circus. As the pilot episode comes to a close, the audience witnesses how distraught Pomni becomes from failing to find her way out. Candy Carrier Chaos emphasizes her despair by showing a dream sequence where she's completely alone while succumbing to abstraction. When Pomni awakes, she's still unhappy with her circumstances and will likely continue looking for an escape throughout the rest of the season. Since her only goal is to leave, it wouldn't be surprising if she's enlisted the help of those she trusts, like Gummigoo, to help her return to the real world. It's safe to assume Gummigoo can't be hurt like the humans and that he can't leave the digital world, meaning he would have no reason not to help Pomni or the others. Gummigoo could even find other NPCs to join their cause, especially if they must overthrow Cain in the future. Even if it didn't happen the exact way she may have planned, eventually Pomni must attempt an escape again. Instead of facing something like the exit door alone, she could depend on Gummigoo to help her through the danger. If Cain becomes suspicious of their activities, then Pomni and the others will need all the help they can get if they decide to plan their long-awaited escape.
Why are you all just standing there? The Candy Kingdom needs you now!
Number 4. They understood one another. Although Ragatha tries to console her friend from the moment she joins the circus, Pomni doesn't take well to her sympathy. It's not because she dislikes the other woman, but because Ragatha and the others are okay with living inside the circus, and Pomni wants to keep fighting for her freedom. She struggles to talk to anyone else because of this, especially after realizing what happens to them when they begin to despair about escape. Pomni felt drawn to Gummigoo once they were trapped under the map because she saw herself reflected in his feelings and circumstances. Since Ragatha and the rest of the circus members have long since accepted their fate, no one can truly understand the pain and fear Pomni is experiencing as the newest member of the circus. This causes her to feel detached even when Ragatha is trying to help her, but after meeting Gummigoo, she appears comforted by the idea of making a friend who may understand her completely and share her way of thinking. Similarly to Pomni, Gummigoo decides he doesn't want to share the truth with his friends, simply to spare them the pain he is already experiencing. Finding out that their existence is fake and that their future is only decided by a computer program isn't easy for anyone to understand, and as the leader of the bandits, Gummigoo would rather bear the burden of the truth than drag his friends down with him. Stranded beneath the map, Pomni and Gummigoo find themselves speaking freely about their experiences, something they wouldn't feel capable of doing among their other friends. They're capable of sympathizing with one another and share the same fears that no one else seems to understand. Their heartfelt conversation is the perfect stepping stone for a years-long friendship, something they could both use if they're going to be trapped within the digital world.
The circus, the place I'm from? Well, I'm originally from somewhere else.
As the only NPC with more screen time than the others, it seems likely that we will see Gummigoo again in the future. Whether that be a pleasant reunion or one Pomni would rather not experience is still up for debate. Regardless of his return as a friend or a foe, one thing is for certain: Gummigoo is someone Pomni will never forget, and his impact on her life in the circus will stick with her until she can return to the real world.
Kinda normal. I mean, people even feel like that in the world I came from.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Was anything ever real?
Okay, wait, don't think about that.